Now, the survivors of Native residential schools on southern Vancouver Island are preparing to share their heartbreak and their stories of abuse. Canada's Truth and Reconciliation Commission has made its way down the island and will be in Victoria tomorrow and on Saturday and is ready to listen. And the Commission hopes you are too. The event at the Victoria Conference Centre is open to the public. As CTV's Andrew Johnson shows us, the hurt inflicted on these young people decades ago is still felt today.
This blunt description of Native residential schools is part of a resistance narrative, a digital story put together by UVic student Alexandra Kent. She and 6 others have researched the schools and the terrible things that were done to children there for more than a century.
The more I learn about it, the more devastating it is. It's really a heart-wrenching story, and I don't think many Canadians know the full truth behind it.
Many in this room do and can't escape it. The videos were screened today at UVic's First People's House in front of those whose lives have been shaped by what went on inside residential schools decades ago.
Both my parents went to residential school. Both of them had passed away when I was a lot younger, for sure, based on the impacts of the residential schools through addictions. And part of my story is that because of their passings, I did grow up in foster care.
Shaylee Robinson's family will never be the same either.
My great-grandma experienced residential school, so then she put it onto her kids, and then onto her kids, and then onto my mom. So it's never ending.
At the Victoria Conference Centre tomorrow and Saturday, we will hear stories of abuse so terrible it may be difficult to imagine it all happened here in Canada on our watch. But it did, and Vancouver Islanders to this day are still living with the pain. In Duncan last month, a Truth and Reconciliation Commission event was at times almost unbearable.
His actions of sex abuse went on for the duration of the school year, and he made nightly visits to me, but my brother would not cooperate. Instead, he ran to the window and he jumped out of it.
It's difficult to hear and even more difficult to tell. The Commission hopes that more Canadians will listen, learn, and then celebrate the Aboriginal culture we tried to take away. Andrew Johnson, CTV News.